Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation 43rd Wessex, turn 13.2 CCP and 13.3 USSR. It is July 1942. Skipping ahead to the Soviet research, USSR has 2 tech roles. First, I tried for advanced artillery at a 7 or higher. PBE generated an 8, so I succeeded, and I get my first tech unit that I can build, and it's a good one. So that's a relief. Second, I tried for improved factories at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 4, so I failed. USSR has 2 diplomacy roles. Well, I guess I can do that later, sorry. CCP, 13.2 CCP. CCP has 4 IPP to spend. I'll spend 2 to repair the rail on the border of Xinjiang and eastern Kazakhstan and save 2 IPP. I won't have any combat movement or combat, but I am going to have some non-combat movement. I'm going to be moving a significant hunk of guys down to Szechuan. Well, let's see. First, I'm going to move my cavalry to Shenxi. 3 cavalry from Xinjiang to Shenxi. Let's get that in there. And I will move the 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 anti-aircraft artillery from Xinjiang down to Szechuan. I'm going to put them on this card here with the KMT. 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. And then from Shenxi, I'm going to bring over 4 artillery. So that'll get me up to 5 artillery there. And 3 infantry. Let me think about that for a second. Didn't write out my CCP turn. So let's see. That looks pretty thin. Pretty thin there. A little too thin. I'm going to leave back 2 infantry. So I'll have 3 infantry in Szechuan. So in Szechuan, the CCP has 3 infantry, 5 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. In Shenxi, I have 2 militia, 2 infantry, 2 mountain infantry, 3 cavalry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery. And in Xinghai, I have 2 militia. Let's PBE the CCP recruitment roll. 12, that's a fail. Okay, so that's the end of the CCP turn. Oh, I repair the damage to the rail. I collect 2 plus 2 bonus income, plus I saved 2, so I will have 6 with the CCP for next turn. And that's the end of CCP. Okay, now Soviets. I had 2 diplomacy roles. I tried for Iran, Turkey and Iran. With Turkey, PBE generated a 4, so I failed, and with Iran, PBE generated 11, so I failed. Purchases. I have 38 IPP to spend with USSR. I will upgrade 1 infantry to a motorized infantry for 1 airborne infantry for 3, that's 6. Advanced artillery for 24, that's 28. 2 Katyushka rocket artillery for 10, that's 38. And then I've got the International Brigade teed up from Spain. Combat movement. Up there in A8, I will annoy my good friend Panzer J by convoy raiding him. And in A13, I will convoy raid with 2 subs there. got a lot of little combat attacks. From Moscow, one air transport will pick up an airborne and come up to Kola to conduct an airborne assault. So drop off that guy. Reclaim Kola. All right. I guess I changed the board on that. That's one up for Russia. I go up to 33. Germany goes down to 65. All right. Coming out of Moscow is one tank destroyer and one fighter moving up here to northern Russia. So 1, 2, got a fighter. That'll be the attack there. And hit both of these, the air transport and the fighter will go back to Russia. Everything's Moscow. Everything's going to go back to Moscow. From Yaroslavl, one militia will walk over to help in the attack on northern Russia. So I'll have a fighter, a militia, and a tank destroyer against a militia. All right, Western Russia is getting absolutely crushed. I'm smacking it with all this stuff. 3 militia, everything except for the 4 motorized is going in. So 4 tank destroyers, 4 artillery, 4 anti-aircraft artillery. All that's going into Western Russia. From Moscow, 1 light armor and 1 tactical bomber will hit Western Russia. If that 1 infantry dies in 2 rounds or less, then these 2 units will blitz up to Karelia. And coming from Moscow, another fighter will join the attack in Karelia. So Karelia will have a light armor, a tactical, and a fighter versus a militia. The air transport is a passive participant. Then, also into Western Russia, from Moscow, I'm sending 12 infantry and 4 tank destroyers. I grabbed an airborne here, but okay, that's right. I should have grabbed it off my task force card, but I grabbed it off my production. All right, so all that's left in Moscow right now is a fighter and a motorized infantry. All right, let's go down here to Donetsk Kuban, which is my last attack. Into Donetsk, from Oral Kursk, 1 infantry will come down. From Tula-Lepsk, 1 militia will move in, and then the fighter from Moscow will come down. It'll fly back to Moscow. All my aircraft are going to go back to Moscow. Let me just double check if there's anything that I missed. Nope, I think that's everything. So I'll have an attack on northern Russia, western Russia, Karelia, Donetsk Kuban. So those, and then the convoy raiding. Let's roll some dice. Okay, red is the attacker, white's the defender. This is up in A8. Let me see, what has he got? I think he has a +2 and I have a +2. He's got radar and long range, and I'm a sub, so here's the red. Nothing. Now in A13, first one, 2 points of damage, and A13 again. Okay, so I did max that one. The other line is nothing. So we'll do $3 of damage in A13. That will knock Germany down. I think that puts Germany to 70 on the nose. All right, that's the end of my convoy raiding. Now let's do the attack into northern Russia. I have 1 militia at 1. Miss, 1 tank destroyer at 3. Hit, and he has 1 militia at 2. Hit. So I do lose the militia. And I take it with a tank destroyer. And that is worth 1. USSR goes to 34. Germany goes to 64. All right, let's do Western Russia. I have 4 artillery, 4 first strike artillery at 3 against his infantry. Darn, I was hoping to kill him. All right, let's do, I've got a tactical at 7. Hopefully that'll hit, and then the battle will be over. Okay, he's got 1 at 4. Yeah, rats. Okay, so I lose a militia. I had hoped that 4 artillery would get the job done. I did that in 1 round. USSR goes to 35. Germany drops to 63. Now we're going into Karelia. This would be nice if he missed here. Okay, I've got 1 at 2 because my light armor is penalized by the river. Nope. Then I've got 1 at 6 with the fighter. Nope, and 1 at 7 with the hit. And then he's got the 1 at 2. Please don't hit. Okay, great. I'll take the militia I lost a second ago. So that kills the air transport. And Karelia is worth 2. I only take it with 1 light armor. So USSR goes to 37. And Germany drops below America to 61. All right. Then I've got that attack in Donetsk-Kuban. So I've got 1 militia at 1. Miss. 1 infantry at 2. Whoops. Miss. And 1 fighter at 6. Hit. He has, what is that he's defending with? A motorized. 1 motorized at 4. Yes. Ah, dang it. Okay, so I lost the militia. His guys at 4. Deadly. But I guess I can't complain because my guys at 4 were deadly. Hit twice. So that's Donetsk-Kuban, not worth anything. I just take it with 1 infantry. All right, let's do some non-combat moves. First, let's land some planes. Everything lands in Moscow. I'll put that on camera. So I'll have 3 fighters come back to Moscow. One tactical, 1 air transport. All right. Let me look at what I've got written down. I think I've got some moves up in Moscow. First, I got to get those 4 motorized infantry from Yaroslavl. They're going to move down to Moscow. So that gets me up to 5. I think I should have, for some reason, I thought I had 5. 5 motorized. I have 5 motorized in Moscow. Then from Saratov, I will have 4 artillery and 1 militia move into Moscow. From Tula-Lepesk, I'm going to have 1 infantry. Let me break that chip. Should have been a little bit better prepared. Okay, so 1 infantry will move from Tula-Lepesk into Moscow. So that'll leave 8 infantry behind in Tula-Lepesk. And 1 cavalry will move up into Moscow. All right. Down in North Caucasia, I'm going to have 4 infantry move to Transcaucasia. You know what? I'm going to have 2 militia move down as well. Call an audible. All right. From Tobolsk, 3 cavalry will move to Saratov. From Chita, 2 militia will strategic rail move to Stalingrad. So that'll get me up to 3 militia in Stalingrad. All right. Is there anything else I'm missing? Yes, I've got some naval moves. In A14, my whole fleet there of the light cruiser and 3 destroyers will move to A13. So from A14 to A13. And then I've got a move down here with the Republican Spain. Their heavy cruiser and destroyer are still in supply from Galicia and Leon, so they'll move 3 spaces up to A10. So 1 to A23, 2 to A11, 3 to A10. These beautifully painted pieces are from Sarge's Shell Hole. Thanks for the good work you do, my friend. I think that is all my movement. I just have placement of units. Every single thing is going into Moscow. So the infantry that gets upgraded to a motorized is the 1 infantry that I moved there from Tula-Lepesk. So now there are 6 motorized in Moscow. 6 advanced artillery. I'm placing the International Brigade there in Moscow. 2 Katushka rocket artillery, and the airborne. Okay, that's everything that gets placed there. Collect income, USSR's at 37. I get 2 bonus income for Lend-Lease, so I'm at 39. So for the first time in a little while, my income is going up. Hopefully we can continue that, but I think it might be too late in the game to have turned it around. I've got a Spanish recruitment roll at 6. Got it teed up for PBE. And PBE generated a 2, so I do succeed. I'll just buy another 2 militia. That'll get me up to 6 militia in Madrid. All right. I think that is everything. I think we just have disposition of forces. So in M2, 1 Soviet coastal submarine and 1 Republican Spain coastal submarine. Madrid, there are now 6 militia, an infantry, and a fighter. In C-Zone A10, Republican Spain, heavy cruiser, and destroyer. In A8, 1 submarine. In A13, 1 light cruiser, 3 destroyers, 2 submarines. In Kola, 1 airborne infantry. In Karelia, 1 light armor. In northern Russia, 1 militia, 1 tank destroyer. In Western Russia, 2 militia, 12 infantry, 8 tank destroyers, 4 artillery, 4 anti-aircraft artillery. I'll tidy that up later. In Kaluga Oblast, 1 militia. In Moscow, 1 militia, 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 6 motorized infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 4 regular artillery, 6 advanced artillery, 2 Katyushka rocket artillery, 3 fighters, 1 air transport, 1 tactical bomber in a fortification. Tula-Lipetsk, 3 militia, 8 infantry, Saratov, 3 cavalry, Orel-Kursk, 1 militia, Donetsk-Kuban, 1 infantry, Stalingrad, 3 militia, 3 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, North Caucasia, 1 militia, Transcaucasia, 6 militia, 4 infantry. In Novosibirsk, 2 militia. In Amur, 6 militia. In Karulin, 1 militia. Next up is Hambone with turn 13.4, Japan.